of female students.
All that with sports and entertainment over the next 30 minutes. You're listening to Lunch News on Asaase Radio 99.5 megahertz, bringing you the voice of our land. We're also live on our sister station, Asaase Radio in Kumasi, 123 FM in Tamale, on our affiliate, Stone City Radio in Ho, and across the globe on Asaase TV Official on YouTube. We'll begin in the Ashanti region because armed police and military personnel have foiled fresh attacks by some irate youths in a Fija-Kwabre South District town in the Ashanti region. Now, the community's anger was enforced after one of two persons who sustained gunshot wounds died while receiving treatment at a Komfanoti Teaching Hospital. The violent attack, which has been attributed to a boundary dispute between Ejuma Kese and the Bonfa Township, left one police officer injured. Here are some residents who spoke to Asaase News calling for justice.
It is a two for Nadaroma, so Tiana, Nananum, Edmancasa, Zukufukrono, Nadaroma, Yakofo, a Fritina, Asantamanian, Massa, Zukufukrono, Yakofo, and 2 years for your 2 years, or catch on the side, and then to question, then Puntu and our as well for Yanam on the side, and to Quacuncham, now, and to want to unflame for him, and then it's a no one can be beat channel, so I can be behind Channel. You're from it, quite good to mock. I can say to you, because Jimmy when he say, I dear bonfire in a year. That's it, who come to my friends of unity. Just as I said, was small for some no matter, impo, nebia, and Yabokumpa, Yamakuminipa.
And you hear there some residents. Now, the District Security Council is set to investigate the circumstances surrounding the death of Alexander Owusu. Meanwhile, the opinion leader of Ejuma Kese, Nana Yeboah Mensah, earlier spoke to Asaase News Ashanti regional correspondent Jonathan Ofori.
We're all praying that the injured man could survive, but we are told that the man has died. We are yet to confirm from the hospital. And those who went to the hospital are telling us that the gentleman has died. And it has a lot of problems in my town. So I'm driving to Foro Market, Regional Divisional Commander, going to meet my chief. We have advised our boys, but what is happening there now, I cannot tell. But we were given the keys were attacked. We have not allowed them to attack them. I will believe that not all people are part of this issue. So we didn't want our boys to as I was driving, I've been told that here at that I'm on my way to Tisha.
So what is the current situation? And do we know the names of these victims, those who suffered gunshots?
The one supposed to be son and then is Kwame Owusu, and then the other one is
Adekwesi. Yes,
Ade.
You mentioned yesterday that one person also sustained minor injuries.
And you heard that interview with Nana Yeboah Mensah, an opinion leader in Ejuma Kese, speaking to our Ashanti regional correspondent Jonathan Ofori, and he joins us on the phone lines currently now to give us updates on this developing story. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Karen.
So give us an update or give us the background to this dispute, how it all started and what has happened so far.
Yes, so for years there has been a long-standing boundary dispute between these two towns in the Fija-Kwabre South District. And so yesterday it flared up again, and so police were called in to restore calm. And so the irate youth, according to reports, attacked the police. And following a struggle, one of the officers who was holding his weapon was also attacked. And so during this rally, the weapon fired up and then shot two of the residents who were later sent to the Komfanoti Teaching Hospital for treatment. And so this morning, the residents who got wind that one of the victims, Alex Owusu, had died, decided to intensify their protest, demanding justice for their departed colleague.
Jonathan, what is the police saying in all this? Because we had some residents there who are accusing the police of Alex's death. What are they saying, the police?
Exactly. So despite earlier reports that there was a struggle between residents and the police that led to the shooting incident, the residents are also accusing the police of using force attack and then shooting indiscriminately into the crowd that led to the death of one of the victims. We are yet to hear from the police statement, but the information is that leadership of both communities are currently at the regional command engaging the police in a meeting, and we are told that they will be addressing the media shortly.
But I understand you've been speaking to the Deputy Regional Police Commander, that's DCOP David Ajman Ejim.
Yes, he was at the scene, urging calm and telling residents that all investigations will be put on board to ensure that justice is prevailed.
We're all praying that the injured man could survive, but we are told that the man has died. You see, we are yet to confirm from the hospital. And those who went to the hospital are telling us that the gentleman has died. And it has a lot of problems in my town. So I'm driving to Furu Market to meet Division Commander.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Karen.
So we understand there's a meeting ongoing, and we're sure you give us update on whatever will happen in this meeting.
So I'm on my way to the police command to engage the leadership of the two communities and hear what they have to say.
Thank you very much, Jonathan Ofori. And that was our correspondent in the Ashanti region, Jonathan Ofori, bringing us update on a dispute that happened between the Jumakase Kese Township and the Bomfa Township in the Ashanti region on this dispute following boundaries.
Now let's do other stories. And a survivor of the Achem Ahafo accident, which killed more than 15 passengers on the spot, is appealing to government and other players in the road sector to, as a matter of urgency, improve on the road network linking the eastern region to the Accra-Kumasi highway. This is to reduce the high rate of fatal accidents recorded on that stretch of road. 16 passengers, 13 males and 3 females died on the spot in that accident this morning, leaving several others in critical condition. Let's first hear from some of the survivors on how the accident happened.
You can't overtaking. Do you Kumasi Bano, a person called ATC, a quine, you know, yeah, the end quine. Metia says, or more, a crash. Yeah, Yankasa Canada, 45, and a car back on 28. Nipa no more 28. Me de me bag, you know, a far ecoso or Munkakra. But yes, are nice, man, is brimmy. They overtaking no way. Cars no dozen, cars no forecast. I can say, but I am after I can't win. No interview could be never considered. Nesse, you know, well, I told my name says about them say that original say and go so. Oh, some imagine me intimacy and I'm fast and I'm doing so. Therefore, many bam also no must be blessed. I'm saying, but master. Me back on some master. Obutu see. I'm just a kind of banima. Me head there and say, we was sharing the no massa. And then the back 21, 22. Flash boy. I'm not chance on there. Oh, on the bench, I'm not much.
Well, now let's hear from the worried survivor who is calling on the appropriate authorities to improve that stretch of road to reduce the spate of fatal accidents recorded on the Accra-Kumasi highway.
Remember when she seen Wahano and Yebe and 9 in Numnia, the Bianso and Ninan. Of I yes, penny for. kwan se be double lane de ne de be da V8 ne V12 mu de yesre omonye kwan no.
And now let's get onto the phone lines and speak to our Eastern Region correspondent, John Atefa, who joins us on the line for an update on this unfortunate incident. Hello, John. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, Nanaja.
So, John, what more have you gathered on this accident?
Nanaja, like we heard from the morning, as we speak now, I just had information that 2 more people have died at the Suhum Government Hospital. But the authorities are yet to confirm, but that is what I hear. And the police administration made up of the MPTD and the police PRO are on their way to the scene. We left there in the morning. They are on their way to the scene, and they will be briefing the media later what happened. But like we heard in the morning, the driver of the VIP bus was trying to do overtaking, and we understand he overtook about 3 cars. On that stretch. And if you know that stretch very well, the Eastern Region stretch of the Accra-Kumasi Road, it's not a good road at all. It's a very bad one. You have bumpings around that stretch of the road. So that is what happened. And it's a sad scene, and it was very, very, very bad as we speak now.
John, so 2 more people have died. What is the current state of the rest that we are told were in very critical condition, and those receiving medical attention at the Suhum Government Hospital and the Asaase Hospital?
Yes, those who had minor injuries were treated at the Asaase Health Center and have been discharged. That is what I understand. But those who had serious injuries are still at the Suhum Government Hospital. I was trying to speak to the medical director, but he tells me they can't speak now because they have emergencies they are attending to, and after that they will speak to the media. So that's the situation now. But they are waiting for identification of the death. So they are calling on anybody whose relative traveled from Kumasi side to Accra, and those traveling from Accra to at least come to the hospital to come and identify. But as we speak now, they are treating the emergencies there, so they can't speak to us now.
Well, John, thank you very much for the update. We know that you are following this and you'll bring us up to speed on this sad incident. There 2 more people have died in that accident this morning on the Asaase, that's that stretch of the Kumasi-Accra highway. And you had our correspondent, John Atefa, speaking to us there.
Now let's do some other stories, because a divisional unit of the Public Service Workers Union at the Ghana Airport Company has resumed operations following a suspended strike. Now, it was over what they described as mismanagement of the company by its managing director, Yao Kwakwa. Passengers traveling both within and outside the country were stranded at the airport. My colleague Gemma Apia was there this morning and filed the following report.
A sit-down strike action by workers of the Ghana Airport Company Limited brought operations to a standstill today. The workers are calling for the managing director of the company to be sacked over mismanagement. Some facilities in the airport were locked, and according to sources within the national security, some workers threatened to destroy state property, hence their decision to maintain the presence of the national security at the airport. Passengers who had arrived as early as 7 a.m. to board the planes, both at Terminals 1 and 3, were stranded. Some of them spoke to Asaase News.
I went and asked, and they told me they are on strike. Why are you on strike? They said they don't know. So I asked the people, they couldn't give me a reasonable answer. So I'm waiting for up to 10 o'clock to see if there will be a change. If no change, I think I will go home.
I and my brother, we arrived here almost 7 o'clock in the morning. We are traveling to Tamale. But before we reach here, we couldn't see what was going on. Before we realized, about 30 minutes, we were told they are on strike. So there's no flight moving. And we don't know what is going on. We are stranded.
The strike, which lasted for a few hours, also delayed the delivery of COVID-19 items at the airport. It took the chairman of Health Commodities Group of COVID-19, Matthew Chermis, several hours to take delivery of COVID-19 items. He also spoke to Asaase News.
So I got to the airport about 7 o'clock, trying to get access into the tarmac, which we normally do easily was not easy, or was not possible because the gates were locked. And we tried 2 gates which were all locked, and then finally we were able to gain access through the Jubilee Gate, which is under the national security control. So we got there, and obviously on the tarmac too, because of the strike action, a lot of the workers are not on duty. The people that are there with today mainly were the managers, who are the managers of the workers, and so things were a bit delayed.
At a meeting held between the Minister Designates of National Security, Transport, Employment and Labour Relations after the strike was declared, it was agreed that the strike be suspended for now as negotiations continue to get the matter resolved.
9:30 to Hello. That's all right, 9:30 to Tamale here.
Reporting for Asaase News. My name is Jema Apia.
Now, the Minister Designate for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Ebenezer Kujokum, has assured the abolishment of chieftaincy disputes in the country when approved and appointed to head the Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs Ministry. The minister made this assurance when he appeared before Parliament's Appointment Committee a while ago.
Chiefs has started a process of documentation of the various successions to the stools and skins. When I'm giving the note, I intend collaborating with them on another level where, if it is possible, to introduce DNA genealogy database, which will serve as a complement to what is already existing. Because now you trace your ancestry through a family tree to somebody who has a legitimate right to occupy a stool or a skin. So with this kind of collaboration, there can be some certainty as to which persons or individuals are eligible to contest some of these stools as and when they become vacant.
Asked about the various religious bodies frowning against the practices of LGBTQI+ here in Ghana, Kujokum expressed his optimism that such practices will not be legalized in the country.
As a Christian, and by the nature of my upbringing, I am against LGBTQI. Fortunately, our chiefs and some of these religious bodies have also spoken against the LGBTQI. When I'm given the opportunity and this decision comes up in cabinet, I am not going to recommend that these practices are encouraged in this country because, for instance, our laws on marriage have not been amended. Marriage, as defined in our laws, is a union between a man and a woman. I am very certain that when I'm nominated and I do some other consultations with them, because this decision actually is a state decision.
And that was Minister Designate for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Ebenezer Kujokum, Minister Designate for Trade and Industry, Alan Tremantin, and Western Regional Minister Designate Kwabna Otreda Kumensa will also appear before the Appointment Committee of Parliament today.
Now to the Central Region, and the police there has arrested one person for allegedly defrauding people with the hope of securing them jobs in the police service. The 28-year-old suspect, Nana Opare, is said to have been presenting himself as a senior officer of the Mankasim Divisional Commander by defrauding some people in the area of various sums of money with the promise of getting them enlisted into the police service. Sergeant Isaac Evansetie, the Deputy Public Relations Officer for the Central Regional Police Command, has been speaking to Asaase News.
On 21st of February 2021, about 10:15 in the morning, the Mankasim Divisional Police Command received information that a 28-year-old Nana Opare, an unemployed and resident at Mankasim, was going around and presenting himself as one of the senior police officers at the divisional headquarters, that he can assist anyone who wants to be enlisted into the Ghana Police Service, and has used such false information to defraud lots of people in Mankasim and its environs various sums of money. Suspect Nana Opare has been arrested and he is in police custody assisting with investigation. The Central Regional Police Command wishes to use this opportunity to announce to the general public that whoever has been defrauded or fallen victim to the suspect in this regard should report to the Mankasim Divisional Police Command or to the nearest police station.
And you had Sergeant Isaac Evansetie, the Deputy Public Relations Officer for the Central Regional Police Command.
To the Volta region now, and the OT Regional Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Prison Service, DSP Kwesi Abochi, is appealing to the general public for support to provide adequate security for that facility. DSP Kwame Abochi says the prison service needs security cameras to be mounted at vantage points to help tighten security there. The inmates currently numbering over 500 are more than the required intake of the prisons. This, he says, has become a burden on the prison service, hence the call for support.
We are facing a lot of challenges. So at this point, we would humbly appeal to the general public, to the philanthropists, and to all well-meaning Ghanaians, both in the region and outside the region. Now everything is almost going digitized, so and would also, as a service, want to catch up. And in Ho Central, we are appealing that we want a CCTV camera installed at various points, both in the inner and outside the yard, so that in this era of COVID-19, we can still work and work well, and also make sure that we are keeping security to the very highest level, because when you have CCTV cameras around, it also enhance and boost our working system.
And that was the Volta and OT Regional Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Prison Service, DSP Kwesi Abochi.
Well, it's now time for entertainment, and Andrew Sepa joins us in studio.
Well, sad news though. Right, so tributes are still pouring on social media following the shocking demise of popular Ghanaian photographer Emmanuel Bobier, affectionately called Bob Pixel. Now, Bob Pixel was said to be an inspiration to many budding photographers, reportedly died on Thursday, February 25, 2021. Now, many top Ghanaian celebrities, including Joe Mettle, Adina Thembi, Manifest, have eulogized the AIDS photographer. The following report I filed has more.
Many Ghanaians have shown their pain and loss through their posts on social media, including some top celebrities following the death of AIDS photographer Emmanuel Bobier, popularly known as Bob Pixel. Bob reportedly died on Thursday, February 25, 2021, leaving behind 3 children and a wife. The cause of his death is not yet known. Family and friends have sent messages of condolences to the bereaved family. His works cut across several portraits of prominent people in Ghana, from capturing tourist sites and monumental structures across the country to some memorable events held in the country. Bob Pixel made a huge impact in the photography industry and inspired many young, passionate photographers in Ghana.
Grow the photography community in Ghana so we can tell our own stories and showcase the brilliant talents that we have photography-wise to the outside world.
Ghanaian celebrities who he worked with have eulogized Bob on social media. Actor Prince David Osei captioned Bob's picture on his Instagram page, which reads, "Hey, we couldn't do our documentary on Ashanti region. Hashtag RIP Bob Pixel. So sad, can't even articulate. Rest well, bro." Gospel royalty Joe Mettle also posted Bob's picture on his wall, which captions, "I can't believe you are gone. My story will never be complete without you. We will really miss you, bro. Rest well and may the Lord keep and protect your family." There have been other posts from notable Ghanaian celebrities including Yvonne Nelson, Manifest, John Dumelo, Jackie Appiah, James Gardner, and many others.
And that's all for entertainment. Back to you, Karen.
Thank you very much, Andy. From entertainment, we'll go to the world of sports, where Benedict Owusu has all the latest.
After leading his team to book a place in the semi-finals of the ongoing CAF Under-20 Nations Cup in Mauritania, Coach Karim Zito has praised his players and his colleagues in the country for their support. Well, Ghana beat Cameroon 4-2 on penalties after it ended goalless in regulation time to qualify to the next stage of the competition. Well, here is Coach Karim Zito.
Well, I'm very proud of the boys, and I'm also proud of myself for qualifying. But before I go deep into your question, I want to take this opportunity also to thank my fellow coaches at home who never stopped trusting in me, giving me all sorts of encouragement that we can make it. And truly to their words, we've made it to I would say we've qualified for the World Cup. And this is a big achievement for me and the boys themselves too.
How do you prepare the boys for this?
Well, I know we didn't have a good tournament after beating Tanzania 4. So you see that we keep on declining because seriously our preparation wasn't the best.
Well, away from the Black Stars team, one Ghana Premier League game will be played this afternoon at the Accra Stadium, and it's Bekum Chelsea will up against Olympics. But the top game this weekend here in Ghana will be the super clash between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak, and that game will be on Sunday. Well, there will be more on that plus other issues on Team Talk tomorrow. That's the sport.
Thank you very much, Benedict Owusu.
And now let's do some African news. Hundreds of schoolgirls are feared to have been kidnapped in the northwestern state of Zamfara. A teacher told the BBC that at least 300 students were unaccounted for after the Friday morning attack by gunmen. A spokesman for the state governor has confirmed the attack but did not give details. Asaase News Nigerian correspondent Ruth Akiyomi has more in the following report.
Gunmen have again kidnapped students of another government secondary school at Jagegbe in the Talata Mafara local government area in Zamfara state of Nigeria. Confirming the incident to newsmen, the station for information, Mr. Suleiman Tau Akan said the gunmen stormed the school around 1 o'clock in the midnight and abducted the students. He, however, did not confirm the number of students kidnapped. The Zamfara abduction occurred some 8 days after gunmen kidnapped dozens of students and workers of Government Science College in Kangara, Niger State. This is one of the states that is continuously being attacked by these gunmen. This is the second time such kidnapping in a little more than a week in Nigerians North, which has seen a surge in activities by armed groups leading to a widespread and worsened breaking down of security. Last week, unidentified attackers killed a student in an overnight attack on a boarding school in the north-central Nigeria state in Niger and kidnapped 42 pupils, including 27 students. The hostages are yet to be released. More than 300 boys were kidnapped from a school in December in Kankara. The boys were later released after negotiation with a government official, but the incident triggered global outrage.
Our Nigerian correspondent Ruth Akiyomi with that report.
Bringing us to the end of our lunch news, it came to you live from our studios here in Cantonment. A recap of our headlines. One person dead following boundary dispute between Edumakase and the Bomfo Township in the Ashanti region.
Survivor of the Asaase accident that claimed more than 15 lives, and we are told 2 more people have died to that accident, is appealing to government to improve on the eastern region stretch of the Accra-Kumasi highway to save lives.
Many thanks for your time. There's more news on AsaseRadio.com. My name is Karen Dodu.
And I'm Nanajua Aintia Hagan.
Good afternoon.
Woke up in the morning, turned on my stereo, 99.5, my favorite radio. Woke up in the morning, turned on my stereo, 99.5, my favorite radio.